And welcome back to The Wrap. Well, before we jump back in, let's jump on board, shall we? Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. Obviously, a luxury cruise on the Silver Wind is the trip of a lifetime. To win, you need to enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes to enter. That's newsmax.com/sweepstakes. We have largely ignored the New York prison escape story, so what is there left really to talk about except for the fact that these guys performed a Shawshank-style escape from a maximum security prison? It's my #1 favorite movie of all time, by the way.
Right,
I thought I'd just
more
share
than
that. Absolutely.
Godfather?
Yep, stop it. The fascinating part of the story surrounds Joyce Mitchell, the married female guard who assisted in the escape. Currently, the 51-year-old training supervisor at the Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York is sitting in jail after being charged with helping Richard Matt and David Sweat escape. His name's really David Sweat. According to investigators, the original plan was for Mitchell to pick up the escaped convicts and then have them murder her husband. But she got cold feet and turned herself into police. Said husband, Lyle, sat down with NBC's Matt Lauer to discuss how his wife got involved in this whole mess.
When did you finally ask her point blank, face to face?
That night on the way home.
Did you say, did you help these two prisoners escape?
I said, well, how can it happen? She said, this. I got over my head and I was scared. And she said, I got something else to tell you. I said, what's that? She said, their plan was they want to kill you. I said, what?
So why did the convicts want Lyle dead?
Did that get me out of the way? But she said she was never going through with it. That's what she told me. That she really loved me and she was in too deep.
Now, it was reported that she had fallen in love with inmate Richard Matt, but Lyle said it simply ain't true.
There have been reports that your wife fell in love with one of these inmates, Richard Matt.
She didn't know if I loved her anymore, she said. And like they give her a little attention, she said, then it went too far. He said, you tried to kiss her a couple of times? She said, no.
Okay, let me stop this video. Do you believe her, or is she just feeding her husband's lies, Heather Hansen?
I tend to think she's feeding her husband's lies. It's the worst possible stereotype of women, like looking for attention and then giving these men their way. What I'm more upset about is the fact that she only faces 8 years in prison. I mean, if these men were to hurt somebody, it's costing $1 million a day to track them down, and that the
It's $1 million, really?
$1 million
Yeah,
a day. Wow. And she may face only 8 years of prison. To me, I'm hoping that they're going to find other things to charge her with to make the punishment fit the crime.
So just in defense of women, right, men go through the same awful attention-seeking behavior because of insecurity. Now, it's clear what happened here. It's a very sad story. But it shouldn't surprise us. If there are hate crimes, why wouldn't there be love crimes? It's the same kind of thing. She was seeking attention, and could it have been avoided? Probably. Does it matter? No. She committed a serious crime. It is insane that it's only 8 years. It's, it's expensive, it's dangerous, but no, I think it's sweet that the husband still believes what he believes, but at some time someone should help him wake up to the truth.
Rick, has anybody ever ordered a hit out on you?
Other
You were a
than
judge.
us.
You were in a lot of positions where,
if they did, obviously it's failed so far.
Yes.
But you know what? I mean, I don't think Lyle's the sucker here, because Lyle, I watched the interview, he said the smartest thing I've heard anybody say, which was they weren't going to kill him, they were going to kill her.
Right.
And that's exactly what they were going to do. They were going to kill her and take the car, and she's an idiot. So don't necessarily think Lyle's the dummy here. He's not.
I got to hear more from Lyle. Let's get back to the video. Lauer points out the obvious at this point, that it's more believable she would help out someone she was in love with.
It's almost more believable for her to try to help two guys escape if she's in love with one of them. It's hard to believe if there were not an emotional attachment.
She told me that Matt was giving her attention and stuff, and she did not believe that I loved her anymore.
When she keeps bringing up that she didn't believe you loved her anymore, it does sound like a woman who is looking for love elsewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, Heather, you feel bad for this guy?
I feel bad for anybody who's been cheated
Jilted.
on, jilted on by someone that they love. Absolutely, and I feel
Particularly with an inmate and a former killer.
Right. I mean, it makes it to have it done so publicly.
She should have gone shopping to better store, you're saying?
But
Yeah, on the Tinder, these guys don't
on
exist.
the Tinder. But the thing is, it is so public. To have to be on with Matt Lauer talking about the fact that your wife fell in love with a horrible prisoner is a terrible thing.
He should write a letter to Dear Abby. Dear Abby.
Better than Dear Matt in front of the
My
whole
wife
country. history. But people will
Is Abby
do.
still around?
I don't know.
Someone
Dear
writes
Yeah,
it
but
and
there's
says-
like a niece
There's
or
dear
something.
somebody.
Like Dear Ashley or something.
Something like that. Look,
Ashley
the history
Madison.
of people doing outrageous things because of love or seeking love is not surprising to us, right? It happens pretty regularly. In a couple of cases, I still charm me in a sick kind of way. 2011, a guy had, told you this guys do, paid a friend to shoot him in the back because he was convinced this would win his true love's heart. Look at what he was willing to do for her. In a more serious one, in '83, Diane Downs actually murdered her 3 children in order to get them out of the way so she could be with the man she loved. People will do crazy things for love. Sometimes they're crazy good, sometimes they're crazy bad.
Heather, end this on a different note, 5 seconds.
Well, there's another corrections officer who's going to be charged as well, so there's more to
Yeah,
be
there's
seen
more
in this
to come.
story.
I have a feeling these guys are long gone. They haven't caught up by now. Forget it. Anyway, we're talking Jeb Bush next. Stay there.
They're gonna get him.